to you, my fellow Gooners, and welcome to Arsenal TV. This is my preview for the Man United versus Arsenal game, which is on Monday night. This is a fixture that I always look forward to, and you know what? It's because of the rivalry between the two clubs from the Ferguson era and Arsene Wenger era. This has now gone from two teams that was fighting for the title to now teams that are now fighting for 4th and 5th place in the Premier League. So everything has changed. Now let's get into it. Now let me talk to you about Man United. Now at the moment it's not looking very good for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now it looks as if the Man United fans are very half and half at the moment. Some of them thinking that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to go. Some of them are thinking, you know what, give him time. But Man United fans, even though when they're on the field and they're playing, they will still back the manager, back the players. But I think in all fairness, I think they know that eventually that he could be sacked. And that's what I think is going to happen. Man United on their last few games now, they drew 1-1 against Rochdale in the Carabao Cup, and but they won on penalties. So it proves that they are going through a very, very bad spell. Now in the Premier League, they lost 2-0 to West Ham United away from home. So that's a massive shock, because teams like that you would expect Man United to win. But now there's teams like that and now thrashing Man United completely. Then the last game was against Leicester. They won 1-0. Then they drew 1-1 against Southampton. And then they lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Again, that's another two games that really you look at that and think that they should be winning those games. So this game at the moment against Arsenal, they are looking very, very vulnerable. And I think that this is the point where Unai Emery needs to say, you know what, we need to go out there and win this game. You know, this is our chance to hit them where it hurts and put even more misery on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the minute, and just put another nail in the coffin, because I think that's how it's looking at the moment. Now, if you look at Man United now, they've got injury doubts at the minute leading up to this game. One of them is Paul Pogba. Now he was risked against Rochdale, and now he's got a swollen ankle, so it looks like he's in doubt for this game. Then you look at Marcus Rashford, one of their leading strikers. He's now also injured, and he's also in doubt for this game. Another one is Anthony Martial, another player that is in doubt, that is key to their squad. Those are the three players that I think would have been lethal against Arsenal in this game. But for me, this is a game where Arsenal can go and get 3 points, and it is at Old Trafford. So let's see if we can break that spell, because we haven't won at Old Trafford for so many years. So maybe this is a time to break that spell, and another chance for Arsenal to go and get 3 points. So do you know what? Let's get that 3 points. Now, in terms of Arsenal, I think that we've got players coming back. Holding, Tierney, Bellerin. I know Hector Bellerin has now got a full 90 minutes for the under-23s. And you know what? They drew 2-2 against Liverpool. So he's got a full 90 minutes. So I don't think it'll be long until Bellerin's back. Holding and Tierney, I think they're going to be selected for this game against Man United, because they wasn't involved in the under-23s. So that's very evident that Unai Emery is going to pick them. Now, it got released yesterday that Unai Emery has picked Granit Xhaka as the main captain. And to be honest, for me, I think that's a wrong choice. I know, now I'm stuck in between. I don't know if it was Unai Emery's choice to pick him or if it was the players, because I'm hearing two different things. But for me, I think it's very evident that Unai Emery has chosen Granit Xhaka himself, because in the last few games that we've played since the start of this season, Granit Xhaka has been captain for the majority of those games. So for me, I think it's very evident that Unai Emery actually chose Granit Xhaka. I know us fans don't really want him to be captain, but we have to we have to back him. I know it's not really our choice, but we've got no choice. And now I think there is 5 captains that Unai Emery's chosen. I think it's Granit Xhaka, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Bellerin, and Mesut Ozil. Now I think that out of those players, I possibly only see 3 as captain, which is Abba, Laka, and Bellerin, to be quite honest. But I would see Lacazette for me as the main choice for captain. That would be me anyway. Now, usually I give you my predicted lineup for the Arsenal players and who I think Unai Emery might pick or who I would pick. This is completely different. I'm actually going to do a combined 11 of Man United players and Arsenal players. And this is not being biased. This is what I feel is the right choice. So for this combined 11, we are going to go with a 4-3-3. So this is what I'm going with. So in goal, now the only 2 players that we've got is Bernd Leno and Man United's got David De Gea. Now, personally, I think that over the course of a whole season, if you look at it from last season, I would have said that Bernd Leno is the better goalkeeper. But I'm going to go with David De Gea for this game because I think that he's a world-class goalkeeper. I know, like, people will say that Emerson and Alisson is the 2 better goalkeepers. Now, David De Gea was one of the best goalkeepers in the world, probably one of the best in the Premier League, but I feel that he is better than Bernd Leno. But if you look at it over the course of a season, last season, then I would have said that Bernd Leno is the better goalkeeper, but I'm going to go with David De Gea. Now we're going to move into the back 4, and this is where I've chosen a few. We're going to go to the right back position. Now, if you look at it, I'm going off by the players that, if they're fully fit, not like the players that we have to deal with if they're ready to be selected. I'm going with a full fit squad for both sides. So for the right back position, I'm going to go. Now it's between Man United for Wan-Bissaka and Arsenal Hector Bellerin. Now people will look at it and think, well, this is going to cause a bit of debate. Now for me, I am going to actually go with Hector Bellerin because I think he provides more in going forward. I know he's not great defensively, where Wan-Bissaka is good defensively, but I think that Wan-Bissaka doesn't give that much in going forward into the attack, where I think that Bellerin does, because Bellerin's got assists as well, so that's very key to a fullback's role, so that's why for the right back position I'm going to actually go with Hector Bellerin. As the 2 centre backs, now you look at these positions and you think the players that Arsenal have got for the centre backing role, they've got Holding, Chambers, Socrates, David Luiz, Mavropanos. But if you look at the starting 11 players, you've got Socrates, Holding, Chambers, and David Luiz. Man United's, they've got Harry Maguire, they've got Lindelof, they've got Eric Bailly. So for me, I think for this, for the first one, I'm going to go with Rob Holding. I think Rob Holding is the better defender what we've got at the moment, because he's the ball carrier, and I think that he's one of the players that we've been missing for a very, very long time, while he was injured. So I'm actually going to go with Rob Holding. The next centre back to go in there, I'm actually going to go with Harry Maguire. I think Harry Maguire is better than Socrates, and I think he's better than David Luiz, and to an extent I think he's better than Callum Chambers. I think Harry Maguire is probably one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. Maybe the price tag that Man United paid for, which is £80 million, I think it's too much. And I think he's nowhere near that price tag. But I'm actually hearing at the moment that he's actually putting in transfer request saying he actually wants to leave Man United in only the first 6-7 games. So he's clearly not happy at Man United. I don't know if it is true or if it's just a rumour, but that is what I have heard. So I'm going to go with Harry Maguire. We're going to move to that left-back position, and the people that Arsenal have got for that left-back position is Kieran Tierney and Sead Koležník. Now, the player that Man United has got to go at that left back is probably Young, Luke Shaw, I guess. But I'm actually going to go with Kieran Tierney. I think for what I've seen of him, Kieran Tierney is better. He's good defensively and he's good going to the attack as well. Better than Luke Shaw, better than Ashley Young completely. And I think Man United fans would completely agree with that. So I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. We're going to move into the midfield. We're going to go into the midfield in the three. So if you look at the positions, the first person for me, in terms of Man United, you got Paul Pogba, you've got Matic, you got Mata. I think that's about it, really, to be honest. And if you look at Arsenal in that perspective, you've got Granit Xhaka, you've got Lucas Torreira, you've got Joe Willock, you've got Guendouzi, Dani Ceballos, Mesut Ozil. But for me, I think for this position, I'm actually going to go with Paul Pogba. I think Paul Pogba is world class. And I think that out of Man United's midfield, I think he is the midfield. That's what I think. I think he is the midfield. Because I think the other two, Matic and Mata, are not really that great. So I'm going to go with Paul Pogba. In the other two midfield positions, I'm going to go with, first off, I'm actually going to go with Lucas Torreira. I think Lucas Torreira is world class, especially if he does to his strength, which is staying back to protect that back line. I think he's perfect. And I think a lot of Man United fans would also agree that he is fantastic. So I'm going to go with Lucas Torreira. In that other midfield position, I'm actually going to go with Guendouzi. I think Guendouzi is a fantastic player, and I think he's got a bright future ahead, especially at Arsenal, and he drives up midfield as well when we need it. So I'm actually going to go with Guendouzi. We're going to move to the attacking three. Out on the right side, Arsenal have got Nicolas Pepe, we've got Reece Nelson, Emerald Smith-Rowe, and obviously for Man United, they've got Rashford, they've got Lingard, they would have had Alexis Sanchez, but they've sold him. They've got Daniel James, or is he a striker? But yeah, on that right side, I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. I think that he's got definitely something. I've seen everything that I need to see in terms of him going forward. He's got a goal at the moment. He's got assists as well. He's got a couple of assists, and I think that's very key. And he's been very involvement of those goals. So I think that he has more over Man United players, and I think that he's going to be quite some player at Arsenal. So I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. Playing out on that left-hand side. Now, people would say go for Aubameyang out on the left-hand side for Arsenal. Then you've got Anthony Martial for Man United. Alexis Sanchez would have been there, but he's not there. But for me, out on that left-hand side, I'm actually going to go with Lacazette. Because I think that Lacazette is everything that every club wants. I think Man United fans would prefer him over Lukaku. Let's be quite honest. And I think they would prefer Lacazette over Daniel James, if I'm being completely honest about that as well. So for me, I'm going to go with Lacazette out on that left-hand side. Playing in the middle as the main striker, which is basically the false nine position. I'm actually going to go, see, for Arsenal, we've got Lacazette playing that position. We've got Aubameyang, who's world class. And then Man United would have had Lukaku, but they've got Daniel James, Rashford as well. But for me, I think it has to be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Golden Boot winner last season, and I think he's absolutely world class, and I think he's way better than Rashford, out of Rashford's league completely. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So guys, that is my combined 11. I'm going to run through it just so you know. David De Gea in goal. And then the back four is Bellerin right back, Holding and Maguire as the centre-backs, Kieran Tierney at left-back, and then we go to the midfield. We've chosen Paul Pogba, Lucas Torreira, Guendouzi, and then the front three, Pepe, Abba, and Lacazette. That is my combined 11. So you're talking what? 3 Man United players and Arsenal 8 players in terms of how they play. I think that is the best. And I think people would agree with that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you don't miss another video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you're hitting that like button and make sure you're leaving your comments below. Guys, until my players' ratings, I will see you lot soon. I am out of here. Yeah.